Earlier you had General Barbero on here, and he said, look, this is just simply not an air campaign. And it's not. If you compare to what we did in the Balkans, if you compare to what we did in Afghanistan to get rid of the Taliban, or, is a fraction of what we did. So it's not an air campaign. It is something slightly more than a PR campaign. But I subscribe to what I would call the Hume, Goldberg, Krauthammer thesis that this is essentially a political operation. It is a way to say we're doing something to take the heat off of him through the midterms, to make it seem as if he is doing what he needs to do as commander-in-chief, when in fact it's essentially a glorified light show at this point. And we saw the spokesman for the Pentagon yesterday is saying that air power cannot save Kobani. And yet we're not doing anything about that fact, except we've intensified a little bit more bombing today. We're going to lose Kobani. And I think that this is not a strategically serious thing at all. This is a politically driven thing that Obama has basically admitted if we hadn't seen those beheadings, he wouldn't be doing any of this anyway, as if those beheadings were the strategic crux of anything. I mean, that was a horrible thing, but either ISIS is a threat to our national security or it's not. Whether our 2 Americans were beheaded or not shouldn't affect whether this makes sense to us in terms of our vital national interests, and I just don't think that he has that kind of calculation. I think he's responsive, reactionary to political events and to media pressure.
Must be the chair.